How's it going? It's 6:33 p.m. East Coast time. Somebody told me there's a little football game tonight. Uh-oh. 6:34 now. Hopefully everybody's having a good start to the week, right? We are now live on Sportscaster. Nick, if you're watching this, I'm trying to find a way to make my head not in the way of the Sportscaster logos. I think I might just send you a specific, if you're watching this, there's a chance you might not. I'll send you an email. I might send you like a specific photo to like tag along with the link, if that's better. I'm just trying to see how it works. But yeah, what's going on, everybody? Mike, you're always in here first. How you doing, my man? MG, what's up? Tom, what's going on? How you doing? How you doing? Joseph, what's up? What's up? Chris, with the wave, what's going on? Everybody can hear me. Everybody can see me good, right? Let me get this link. I'm going to get this link out there right now. YouTube.com is where I want to go. Let me get myself my own stream right here. Bada bing, bada bang. There's the link. I'll do this myself this time because I always seem to fail at this. So, yeah, 6:34. I'm about to answer some questions. I'm going to let this link go out, and then I'll answer all the questions. So give me a second, guys and girls. Live now talking Monday Night Showdown. You know, you gotta sound out what you're saying for the audience here. Bang! There it is. We're live. What is up? All right, let's see who's all in. Let's see who's all in here. Sterling, what's up? Bronco, what is up? What's up, man? Cash for 150 this weekend. Thanks for the help. No problem, man. Yo, Sal. Yo. What up? What up, Andrew? We here, baby. Finally, no class or work when you're streaming. Hey, Billy Flint, what's going on, my man? Hopefully college is going well for you. Hopefully the classes are going well. What are you, a month into the year? What's up, Jorge? Thank you. I appreciate that. Good evening, my fellow degenerates, says Jason. Hey. I get it. The degen thing is a very easy, loosely thrown around thing in the fantasy industry. But we're all anti-degenerates here, right? We're all sharp, knowledgeable folks looking to invest our dollars wisely into a showdown slate that we probably will not. Yo, I'm new, but I love the content. Thank you for the time you spend. Appreciate that, my man. What's going on? Sean Perry, welcome to the newness. Sal, Monday Night Football, let's go. Yeah, you gotta love it, right? Start the week off right. Let's get it. Hey, look at this. Aaron, my guy. I'm going to try and pronounce your last name. Hopefully I can. Aaron Meduano? Okay. Aaron, thank you so much. He donates $2 to the stream. Kicks off this stream pretty quick. Thank you. Says $500 on Sunday Night Showdown game. Thanks, Sal. Wow. That's a good bank, my man. $500, you probably put what? Only $20 in? That's a really good bank. Thank you. I really appreciate your donation. If you have any questions, let me know, man. Hi, what's going on? What's good, Chief? How are you doing? Backwood B, what's up? Hey, we're doing all these introductions. I love it. Everybody's actually asking how the day's going, right? We're 150 away from 10,000. Do you think we can get it on this stream? Woo! My God, I'll have to go pop. My girlfriend has champagne in the fridge from her opening weekend of her Pilates studio. Woo! If that happens, I might have to just hit her with the text saying, just pop champagne bottle, question mark. Yeah, so that'd be crazy. I don't know if it'll happen, but that'd be awesome. Thoughts on Anthony Miller? Yeah, I actually saw somebody in Patreon. I wanted to get back to you. Been a busy day for me. I will get back to you because I'm not going to be on this up until lock. I'll be here for about an hour. But yeah, Anthony Miller, I know I'm higher on him than the industry today. It's not like I'm crazy about him. He's 3,600. I have him as a interest, as a maybe. But his snaps from week 1 to week 2 rose by 30%. He got healthier, right? He got injured in the preseason in camp. And then he's going to see more snaps today. I imagine he goes from 22% to 52%. I imagine he probably touches 60+% of the snaps today. In my opinion, Taylor Gabriel, and I mean the data backs it up dating back to last year, the first 2 weeks this year, is a very bad wide receiver in terms of how effective he is on the routes that he runs. Anthony Miller by far the bigger playmaker. So if you're talking about a showdown GPP, yeah, he's way too cheap. He's going to be on the field, I imagine, for 60+% of the snaps, and he's going to run more routes now that he's healthier. The reason he hasn't been playing is because of his health, not because of Taylor Gabriel being a better wide receiver by any means. So that's my interest in there. I do have him in. I have 3 showdown lineups in right now, and I do have him in one of them, if that helps. Let's get to 10K, says Justin. Appreciate that. Thank you, Sal. 3-week bombs. Last 3 weeks bomb. Appreciate that. I think you're saying that in a good way since you're saying thank you. Love the info. Good job, Anthony. Or it says good job. Thank you, Anthony. Who got Quinn as their captain tonight? I don't have Quinn as my captain, but I really do like his price point. I mean, the guy's running the most routes on the slate. Obviously not high upside routes in terms of down the field, high ADOT, high air yards. But when you're talking about a showdown slate and he's cheaper than kickers in a defense, or right there with kickers, cheaper than defense, yeah, it's pretty good. New to your channel. Watch your earlier video, but love it so far. Thank you, Daryl Craig. I appreciate that, my man. Really appreciate that. Happy for you to be here. Preston Williams, great call. That drop touchdown will haunt me, or is haunting me. Yeah. So people in the comments getting on my case about saying Preston Williams for myself over Aguilar. I literally said 30 times in the stream, this is what I'm doing. Aguilar's a great play. I played Aguilar in cash, obviously a great play. But yeah, Preston Williams, 12 targets, 4 catches, 68 yards, drops a touchdown, underthrown on a, whoever said that comment, too good to be true, 92. Yeah, Preston Williams, he was underthrown on a flea flicker where he actually caught the ball for like 25 yards, but he was just nobody behind him. He beat the there's no safety back there. And underthrown, it would have been a touchdown there. He could have had a huge game, and I think he's going to have a huge game. So just we ran bad there. The real question is, do you listen to Monday Night Football on mute or not? Booger would love to know. Yeah, honestly, people think I watch these slates. I go to bed at like 10, so I watch like half the game, and then I'm in bed. So if I wake up to $250,000, that's great. But I mean, I'm getting up at 4:30 in the morning. I don't stay up till noon. I won because of you, says Michael. No, you won because of you, my man. Hey, what's going on, Unknown Element, over there on Twitch? How you doing? Hooper paid off for me, even with heavy Saquon. Yeah, it's great. Hooper was fantastic, man. The matchup against the Colts for tight ends has been great for over a year and a half. Sal, I do my own research, but wondering if you have the things I need in one spot to save time. Can you shed some light? What's going on, Terrence? Yeah, on Patreon, I put in all the targets and touches notes. I put in all the usage notes. I put in a live stream exclusive to Patreons. I put in a leverage show on Friday where I discuss ownership around the industry and my stances on some players. I put in my projections. I put in all my stat sheets. As you can't see it right here. It's not part of this one. But I put in my stat sheets. They're not updated. I'll pull this one up. And I'm sure I'm missing some stuff. Cash game tiers. Yeah, that's what's on Patreon, if that's what you're referencing. But yeah, all the game logs are up. I actually have that. Let's find it. That should be in my DFS projection sheets. Yeah, so this is what I do. I just go through at least all the games are updated for this week. These are just all the targets and touches with notes on it, and then the usage in terms of snap percentage, that'll be up tomorrow. Yo, Mr. Bean, LOL, says Can of Bliss. Do I really look like Mr. Bean? I looked up that guy. I had no idea who the hell he was, but I think that guy looks a little more buggy than me, to be honest with you. McLaurin Captain, says Elvin. Yeah, so I'm not getting too much of McLaurin. I have 3 lineups in right now. I can tell you I'm not getting to majority of McLaurin. We'll call him McLaren because he's so goddamn fast, right? But it's a lineup construction thing in terms of my correlation, the way that I'm playing this slate out. You should just make an emote with just your eyebrows and a hat, LOL, like Scott Van Pelt. Yeah, Scott Van Pelt, like his logo. That's funny. Just found you. This channel is awesome on long drives. Thank you. I appreciate that, Jake. Awesome. How do you feel about 2 kickers since it's not going to be high scoring? I don't think it's a good idea. So far, I don't know if you guys have realized, the main slates, they have 6 out of the 8, like Thursday, Sunday, Monday night football games. 6 out of the 8 so far, right? Tonight's the 9th one, I believe. I don't know. That's what I was told last night, but I think it's true. 6 out of the 8 have been wide receivers in the captain spot. And I do think this bears weight. It's usually wide receivers and running backs, and wide receivers have so far been taking the cake this year. I actually do like that. Mr. Bean, the teenage years. That's funny. Yeehaw, how about them first place Cowboys? Hey, yo, Cowboys look good. How about them first place Packers, my guy? My defense, offense not looking great. Cohen question mark says Rich Hart. What's going on, Rich? Yeah, I don't have much interest in Cohen tonight. That's probably one of the places I take a stand. I'm not going to get to any. It's just a place I don't want to take a stand. I'm not playing a ton of lineups, so I'm just you can't have everybody, and I don't like that his snaps went down by 30% when Anthony Miller got healthy. Cohen was not used heavily in the slot, was not used heavily at all last week. Sal, you the man. Let's get this money. What's up, Donnie? Who is your main fade in this game, says Elephant. It's probably Cohen. Cohen or Case Keenum, maybe. And no, I think Keenum is worth getting to because he's a quarterback, so I guess I can make him a question mark now. Oops. My main fade in this game, I guess probably Cohen, just at the price point. Vernon Davis, I guess, as well. Those are main fades for me right now. No Cohen tonight? Yeah, none for me. Do we think tonight's QB will be in the captain spot in the winning lineup? If so, it's so hard. Like, you would have to get some rushing upside from a guy like either of them, but Mitch Trubisky you'd have to get some rushing upside from. And then not only that, but like if he has 2 or 3 touchdown passes, you probably need 3 or at least a rushing touchdown and 2. They have to be separated out. So I'm just going to stick with the wide receiver running backs in my captain. That's what I'm doing in all 3 of my lineups tonight. That's what I usually do. Preston was a good play. Could have been great. Thank you. Yeah, I think he was fine for the price point. And yeah, 12 targets is just unreal. What's up, dude? What's going on, Brian? I can't believe you did this for free. Thanks, man. I can't believe you do this for free. Yeah, I mean, I love doing this. I mean, I have a Patreon for exclusive content. So I guess like free content funnels into that, which helps me. But that was like never the goal. The goal was just to do this for fun. And it's a ton of fun, of course. Yeah, it's fantastic. This is my hobby and this is my full-time job. So it's fun. Terry captain spot works well, I think. Yeah, just the way that I'm game flowing this game out in terms of like my scenarios for where I want to run it back with. I like other people in the captain spot. But yeah, I think he's fine. 1-800 in the Yahoo tournament. You and Mayo are on top of everything, says Matt Andrews. Yeah, man, Pat Mayo is awesome. I've exchanged emails with Pat Mayo, really good guy, it seems, as far as I can tell, right? Obviously, through his content, it's fantastic. The guy's electric. Maybe we can team up on something sometime. That'd be pretty cool. I probably can't offer him much value, though. That's the problem, right? The big fish out there. Bears win. Chicagoian here. Hey, what's going on? I mean, I hope the Bears lose. I'm a Packers fan, right? The less competition in the division, the better, right? Mega Chalk Terry is going to be like Calvin Ridley yesterday. Total bust. Yeah, I imagine McLaren, we'll call him, as always. I think he's going to probably be chalky, right? I mean, there's like 3 viable guys, maybe 4 for captain spots that I'm seeing on this slate. And yeah, I'm not going to be getting too much of McLaren. You have to take stands somewhere. I'm going to have no Cohen. I'm going to have no Vernon Davis. I'm playing like 5 lineups tonight, so it's not like I'm getting excessive playing 100. So, yeah, I actually like the slate. I don't like the game. It's disgusting. But I like the slate the way it sets out in terms of pricing and easy, chalky fades, at least in my opinion. What's going on, Sean V? How many hours does it take to update your spreadsheets? I'll have them updated by tomorrow. Updating the spreadsheets, I mean, it depends. Like, for something like a Showdown slate, it's really just more so research. A lot of this stuff automates from online. So I would say like day-to-day or week-to-week. If it was day-to-day for like an MLB slate or an NBA slate, it's all different, actually. NBA takes the longest because you have to do minutes projections. But I'll just say NFL, it takes me like an hour to update all the player sheets, maybe an hour and a half, just because there's so many different positions, right? You got 4 positions we got to work through. So probably like an hour and a half, maybe an hour a week. It's a lot of it's automated, so it's a lot of uptime work. Like, it takes me a weekend straight, like 20 hours to put it all together, and then I obviously want to tinker with it throughout the year. But once it's automated and like everything's coded in the way that you want, usually it updates automatically for the most part. What's going on? What's up? Do you prefer 3 or 5-man cash games or 50 to 100 people cash? I would rather play like 100-person, 50-50, single entry, obviously. Go Pack, go, my man. What's up? 3 or 5-man cash games. I prefer 3 to 5, but I prefer head-to-head. Thanks for all the awesome content. You think the Bears are overhyped tonight? No, I don't think they're overhyped. Thank you. I appreciate that, Brendan. Who do you like more, Montgomery or Robinson? Robinson. For the Monday to Thursday slate, is Devontae Adams a lock or a lock? My man Devontae, yeah, that's a really good matchup for them. Hopefully he kind of shows up now in a game where maybe they have to throw a little bit more. It seems like Alshon should be playing in that game. Packers running back preference versus Philly, Aaron Jones and then Jamal Williams. I don't think you have to play either, but that's the preference. Love Miller's matchup, but will Trubisky throw him the ball or target his number 1 since he also has a great matchup? Yeah, I mean, obviously Allen Robinson's the better player than Miller, but he's also $6,000 more expensive. Thoughts on Peterson? What's up, Zach Neighbors? Yeah, no real interest in Peterson. The game script's not great for him. We know what Peterson has to do to have a good game tonight. He has to run the ball 15 times for 40 yards and 2 touchdowns, right? Like, even if Peterson has a touchdown tonight, there's a chance he's not needed. I mean, he's cheap, sure, but there's also a lot of other guys. Well, actually, he's not even that cheap. He's $5,800. There's also a lot of other guys who are cheaper who have just as much, probably better upside. The matchup is just terrible. Like, this Bears front is so dominant. Like, their cornerbacks are actually weak, in my opinion. Their safeties are okay. I have a bias against Haha Clinton-Dix. I think he's very overrated, but their front, there's no questions about it. That front is just terrifying. It's terrible. It's terrible for a guy like Adrian Peterson. And I just don't like how people, if Adrian Peterson sees 8 to 10 carries tonight, there's a real good chance he doesn't break 3 fantasy points. Like, a real good chance. Not going to be using the passing game. That's why Chris Thompson has upside. Chris Thompson's way too cheap on this slate. Lots of guys underpriced. The whole slate is underpriced, in my opinion. Allen Robinson should not be 9.8. He should be 10.5. David Montgomery's probably fairly priced. Chris Thompson underpriced, Trey Quinn underpriced, Paul Richardson underpriced. Like, all these guys are too cheap. Miller or Quinn? I actually like Quinn there. Anthony Miller has been beyond dreadful. I see Cohen in the slot a lot tonight. Yeah, but what's up, Sean? The thing is, last week, literally, Miller got beyond dreadful. I think is not fair because week 1 he only played 20% of the snaps, and like after the game in a report, he said like, yeah, I'm not healthy. And then week 2 he plays 30% of the snaps, and he said he was feeling better. I expect him this week to go from 50% of the snaps last week to close to 60% of the snaps, if not more, depending on how often they use a 3 wide receiver set. And Tariq Cohen last week directly was losing snaps to Anthony Miller in the slot. Like, they gave more snaps to Montgomery. They kept Mike Davis on the field, just didn't touch the ball. And then Tariq Cohen, only 38% of the snaps, directly went down from how many of the percentage of the snaps you saw for Anthony Miller as a wide receiver. So, yeah, they want to play Miller. Like, he's clearly the number 2. He's clearly talented. So is Cohen. Like, Cohen should stay on the field. Last week's 38% of the snaps, that might be low, but it doesn't mean that they're going to be coming back up to 70%. But Cohen does perform well in primetime games. The kicker is officially active, if anybody was wondering. He made the trip, so I figured it was. I like Chris Thompson, I think. Yeah, I like him too. Who do you think Josh Norman is trying to defend, Robinson or Gabriel? Oh, it's for sure Robinson, and Josh Norman's going to get cooked. Josh Norman is just terrible. 220 are watching. Thank you, Jason. Yeah, let me know how many people are watching throughout if you can. What's up, Antone? Robinson will be higher owned than McLaren. Yeah, I think so too. Have I missed the inactives? Well, I just got the news that the kicker is active, so I think they're out. Baker Mayfield is no Dak Prescott. Once you go Dak, you never go back. My man's in here hyping up his Dallas Cowboys. How do you feel about Trey Burton, says Justin? I'm not going to get there. I think Trey Burton eliminates some of like the other values. I don't think they're much values, the other tight ends. I'm probably not going to get to Burton. Sal, call me crazy, but I think this may be a higher scoring game than you may believe. I think both secondaries, at least at the cornerback positions, are bad. So, I mean, I have yet to say this is going to be a low scoring affair. I just think both teams are terrible. That's all I've said. I said the game is terrible because both teams are terrible. I've yet to say this will be a very low-scoring game. Vegas doesn't think it'll be super high-scoring, but yeah, both secondaries are bad. Both starting quarterbacks are like bad to okay at best, right? Give Case Keenum some credit, but the matchup is just dreadful for him. The matchup for Mitch is actually pretty decent in my opinion, but we've seen how bad he's been. And it's not even like you can just say Mitch played the Packers and the Broncos. Sure, tough defenses it seems so far, or at least the Broncos don't seem that tough, but just we expect them to be good. I don't think so, though. If you look at all like the neutralizing stats on quarterbacks in terms of taking their matchup out of it, Mitch is still like 32nd to 35th ranked quarterback. Yes, that bad. Thoughts on the Bears D? I think it's priced up, and I'm probably not going to get to it much because I'd rather just get to cheaper plays. You can get to it, though, obviously. A fine spot. They're going to force a ton of pressure. They're going to get to the quarterback against anybody. I'm just not going to get to it. They're just so egregiously priced, in my opinion. I love your channel. Go Pack. What's going on, Zach? What do you think of Thompson at the captain? Yeah, I think he's one of like the 4 or 5 viable captains tonight. Hey, man, thoughts on Trey Burton? I'm not going to have any. Yeah, he's $6,000, still battling an injury. So I just think there's better options that are cheaper. Let you do more with the lineup. I hope he duds today so I can go heavy next week. Yeah, man, that's what I was saying in the first look lineup. McLaurin against the Giants next week. That's just going to be a torch fest. Janoris Jenkins is going to be turning his head on a swivel the whole game. People are too convinced the Bears can't lose. Yeah, I don't know what the sports betting streets are saying. All I care about is like DFS plays. I know the Bears at least were favored the last I looked by like 5.5, but I don't know. Redskins D, Bears O. Yeah, that's probably right. Good luck tonight, Sal. I have to get ready for the game tonight. Appreciate that. Yeah, have a good one. Sal, my pops, does Trubisky get his first TDs tonight? I think so. Anthony Miller or a kicker? That's a really good question, honestly. I've been looking at that one. Anthony Miller or a kicker? Yeah, that's a toss-up. I'd probably go Miller, though, for more upside. Is Trey Quinn going to be chalk? I would expect him to have a lot of ownership at that price tag. I mean, the guy's just on the field so much. His price tag is just so wrong. I get it, like the high upside plays aren't there, but the 4 catches for 60 yards, even if he doesn't score a touchdown, 4 catches, 50 yards. At that price point, yeah, give me those 9 points with more upside. My internet sucks, but it's better than Case Keenum. Eric Andrews joins Patreon as a priority NFL patron. What's going on, my man? Maybe you're watching this? I'm waiting for the week where a QB isn't needed. I thought it was like 20 to 25% of the time one is not needed. This season, it feels like you always do. Yeah, it's like 20% of the time or 15 before the season. I haven't like looked at the analytics this season, but yeah, it seems like quarterbacks and wide receivers. Well, when wide receivers are in your captain 6 out of 8 times, usually a quarterback will be needed. If not his quarterback for correlating reasons, a quarterback on the other side because they're probably playing catch up. If the Bears want to spark on offense, I think they need to get Cohen back in the slot for 36 snaps. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the guy's actually like a freak, right? He's like a cheat code. So, I mean, I agree with it. We'll see, though. Because Anthony Miller, when fully healthy, is also really, really good. But, yeah, I think they both should be on the field. McLaurin or Mitch? I mean, that's a big price difference, my man. You're talking about an $1,800 price difference. So, if you're leaving money on the table, I guess McLaurin. That's close. Yeah, just if you're leaving money on the table, McLaurin. Luke Falk for president. Yikes. When will I win the big bucks, Sal? Whenever you put, here we go, inactives route. Let me open this up. Whenever you put your top effort in, you'll win big bucks. I want to open a yoga studio for my girl as well. I'm not opening a yoga studio. No, she's like a studio manager for one of them. We don't own it. What are your top viable captain options? My man, the answer to this is usually Aaron Rodgers 5 times, but I think it's pretty obvious tonight that I go wide receivers and running backs. The only viable wide receivers and running backs on this slate, Allen Robinson, David Montgomery, Terry McLaurin, Chris Thompson. That's probably it. Maybe Anthony Miller if you're feeling really risky, but I don't think I trust that as a captain spot. Dicey, what's going on, my man? He says, hey, Sal, do you think the Bears try and get Trubisky going for future games? I'm really low on Montgomery tonight. Yeah, I actually like Trubisky more than Montgomery. I actually like this passing game a little bit more. The secondary for the Washington is just terrible. The secondary is so bad. And Mitch is, look, people are going to overreact, and that's what I like to see. I like to see people overreacting to week 1 and week 2. People telling me that Jameis Winston was a bad play against the Giants because he played poorly week 1. I don't care what he did week 1. He has a good matchup. This is a good matchup for Mitch. Yeah, he's looked terrible. His whole offense has. But do we really expect the numbers that Mitch has been putting up, ranked 35th in like adjusted quarterback yards per attempt and 32nd just in normal yards per attempt, not having a touchdown? Do we really think after 16 games he's not going to have a touchdown and he's going to be a bottom 40 quarterback in the league or like 40th in the league? No, we don't. Maybe he'll still finish outside the top 20. That's probably decent odds, right? But his offense hasn't been fully healthy. Burton and Miller battling injuries. I'm fine going to Mitch tonight, obviously, on a showdown slate. And I think, yeah, I do like it more than the running game, in my opinion. How many people are watching? Anybody know? Cohen or Gabriel? Yeah, I don't like either but Cohen there. Feels like leaving a ton of money on the table is the move. Yeah, it's always the move. At least I think so. I think the least money I have left over is like 800 or 900 in one lineup, and the other two, it's like well over 1,500. Are you going to talk about the Thursday night game in this stream? What's going on, Jonathan? No Thursday night in this stream. I haven't even looked at it. I know my Packers are playing, but haven't even looked at it. Packers-Eagles, I believe. No shot I even looked at that one yet. And the problem with the Thursday night, if I usually do a video on Tuesday, we're not going to know the injury report. There's a good chance we don't know if Alshon's playing until the game of, or like the day of. Aaron Jones was limited today. I don't think that's too big of anything, but yeah, man. Anton says start both quarterbacks today. It does seem like a slate that could pay off. Yeah, right. Limited, suppressed scoring a little bit. The only problem there is like if the quarterbacks are each throwing for 2 touchdowns tonight, which might not be likely, it has to be really concentrated for that to work. But I think it's possible. Let's win some money tonight, says Howard. What's going on, my man? Trubisky over Mahomes set Chicago back 10 years. You love to see it. Right? How do you feel about Wims at the wide receiver position tonight? Oh, I don't want that at all. He's run 30% routes this year, or 30% of the snaps this year, and only 27 routes. He's got 0 catches on 2 targets. I'm not throwing my dart on Javon Wims' preseason decent game. If I become a Patreon, do you give out lineups? No, sir. I do not give out lineups. What's the sense in that? 340 are watching. Thank you, Michael. Wims Jr. will be involved in the game plan more than just gimmick plays. I don't know about that. The health of Anthony Miller increasing limits the already suppressed snaps of Javon Wims. The man's run 13 routes a week. Not even being looked at. Can he be the Justin Hardy Atlanta Falcons, throw a deep pass down the middle for 50 yards and a touchdown, and that's all he does in the week, like we've seen twice on Showdown slates in the past year and a half? Yeah, he can. But so can Kelvin Harmon, who's ran like 2 routes this year. You hear about the guy who did a 20-team parlay with 89 cents entry, and all he needs is the Washington to win tonight to get $500K. That man should hedge everything. Go take out a loan and put $200,000 on the other side and guarantee yourself $200,000 or whatever it might be to hedge it. Obviously, you can't get that money improved that quickly. Maybe he has bad credit. I understand, but do whatever you can to get some money back guaranteed. What's going on? Great call on Hooper yesterday, David says. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, he was my cash tight end. I had Hooper everywhere at the end of the day. He was just too good of a spot for the price point. Don't forget about us, the Vetri gang, when you make it big, LOL. Deshaun Cooper, what's up? Here's the thing. Deshaun brings up a really good point. Not forgetting about anybody. I have half short-term memory. I'm forgetting about everything these days, right? Getting old these days at 23. But yeah, we need to kind of like have a name for this audience, right? We're about to hit 10,000 subscribers. If you're watching right now and not subscribed, we're like 150 away. So why not subscribe, right? Why not bring me some joy tonight? My selfish needs. No, I'm kidding. Not really. But yeah, what should be like the name of this audience? Like the Vetri gang. I get it. I always say like gang at the end of these videos. But yeah, is there a name out there that's not corny that anybody can think of? as sort of like the following's name, right? As weird as that sounds, I kind of like that. I like the idea of that. Somebody mentioned to me that in DMs the other day. Chicago Deer, kicker, or both? What's going on, C-Column? What's going on, my man? I think both actually is somewhat viable on a slate like this. I prefer... Chicago's D is just so expensive. Like, I usually prefer a defense to a kicker because of higher ceiling, but, man, I don't want to be paying $6,200 for a defense. Sure, they're, like, the best front possible. I don't want to make this go unseen. Ebrock donated $2 to the channel. It's about to pop out, but thank you so much. Appreciate that, Ebrock. Let me know if you have any questions. Is Peterson a total wasted play tonight, Sal? Love the content. What's going on? Yeah, so some comments are going away because there's so many. I think he's a wasted play in my opinion. He needs like 2 touchdowns to be relevant. Maybe 1, but like he's going to have 30 yards on the ground against his defense. He was only on the field for 28% of the snaps last week because they got down. If they get down at all, it's Chris Thompson's season. It's Chris Thompson's season usually even if they're in a neutral situation. Trubisky can get mad points tonight. I actually agree. Yeah, I think people are sleeping on Trubisky. Yeah, obviously bad through 2 weeks, an injured offense through 2 weeks. Again, though, he's looked terrible. But this is a favorable matchup for them against the secondary. 400 people are watching. What's going on, gang? What up, what up, what up? We might hit 10K tomorrow. If we hit 10K tonight, we're going to pop champagne on the stream. I'm going to dump the whole bottle on my head. It's like, no. Can you give me your hot take, says Daniel Keller. Man, a hot take for this slate? There's not much of a hot take. I'm not going to have any Tariq Cohen if that's a hot take. I don't think so. I might not end up with any Terry McLaurin, even though he's in an obviously fantastic spot with his skill set. Can take the top off of any defense, as we saw him do against week 1. We saw him do it against the Eagles, slow cornerbacks. Week 2, we saw him run crisp routes against some talented and quick cornerbacks against Dallas. But yeah, hot take. I probably don't have any. Anthony Miller, captain? Question, exclamation point. He would be like my 5th captain option tonight if I got there, but I'm not going to. Like if I enter 5 lineups tonight, at most I'll have 2 different captains, but I'll be very heavy, like 4 captain and then 1. But if I'm entering 5, there's a really good chance I put the same captain in every single one of them. Yeah, Pinheiro is playing, if that's how you say it. You're going to help me profit 1K today. I can feel it, says this man. Hey, I appreciate that. I left 4K on the table. Is that insane? Sounds insane, but no. This is Sid. Do you like Chris Thompson today? Yeah, I love him. About to jump off. Good luck, y'all. Any parting tips, says Jake Elwood. Not much, man. Not much. Just make sure before you go to bed to just try and pee one last time so you don't get up in the middle of the night. It helps a lot. There's your parting tip. What do you think about Gallman Jr. now that Saquon is out? Yeah, I know. He's going to be value. What is he, like 4,600, I think I looked? He's no Saquon Barkley, so that line has looked decent so far, right? But I think Saquon hides a lot of the bad parts of that line. I'll have to see as the week goes on. I haven't really analyzed the main slate too much yet. Salvetri, how are you, buddy? I sent you a few messages earlier this morning. Hope all is well, my friend. Okay. Yeah, Anthony, I'll get back to you after this. I saw them right before I came on. Been a very busy day. Very, very busy day. Sal tatted up. I ain't got no tats. What are you talking about, my man? What do you think about Robinson and the captain? Yeah, it's obviously fine. Miller, Burton, or Cohen for most fantasy points. I'll go more times than not. It's going to be Cohen. So if you just want most fantasy points, I'll say Cohen. If you want to say who's the better play for this type of a slate, taking into account salary, I kind of like Miller. Seems to be so much out there in terms of using optimizers for any fantasy, depending on whatever sport it is. Is there a preferred optimizer you like? Yeah, Fantasy Cruncher is the best optimizer, hands down. Sal's Pals, LOL. No, we can't do Sal's Pals. Man, we're gonna be looking like some weirdos. I can't be announcing Sal's Pals. I really don't want my name in it. Like, that's the thing. I could care less. I don't want to be selfish. I don't need. Yeah, I see Sal's Squad. Sal's Squad's the vets. I kind of like the vets, but I don't know if I want my name in it. I just want it to be something cool. Sal's Pals is the best for sure. Sal's Pals sounds a little weird. It sounds like I'm running an animal shelter here. Trubisky captain, solid. I think it's actually viable tonight. Yeah, I usually don't say that, but I think it is. Oh my God, the veterans, like the veterans, probably suggested before. What's going on, Hector? Yeah, I don't know about the name. Can we think of any without the name in it? And I don't want to do nothing with like DFS in it. I think that's kind of corny in my opinion. I'm just trying to think something. Sal's Pack, says Zach Neighbors. Kind of like that, throwing in the Packers there a little bit. Trying to think. Richardson, question mark? Yeah, Richardson's kind of getting lost in the shuffle. Hey, Gerardo Rubin, thank you for donating $1.99 to the stream. Appreciate you, my man. Really appreciate that. You got any questions for me? Sal, is there any such thing as too much money to leave on the table tonight? I mean, maybe like 10,000 is a lot, but if you're leaving like 3 or 4, I don't think so. What's your favorite budget play today? Trey Quinn. I have Cohen in my flex tonight on a winning roster so far. Should I swap him out for Thompson or McLaurin, etc. in that range? I like Chris Thompson better, But if you would have won $250K by keeping in Cohen, I don't want you coming back to my doorstep screaming. So I'm putting Thompson in there. Good luck tonight, Sal. Thank you, my man. Searches for Chris Routes. Paul Richardson or Anthony Miller? Miller for me. Hey, Sal, T. Burton or Miller? Miller for me. Is Taylor Gabriel's night to finally perform? No, the man's terrible in my opinion. Hey, Sal, still think playing no quarterback might be a good way to go? I think it's viable. I'm playing a quarterback in all three of my lineups that entered so far. So I think it's viable, but I'm not going to be getting there. Have 6,000 left on the table. That's starting to seem like a lot, in my opinion, but maybe not. There's only a couple viable plays, in my opinion, tonight, so yeah. For as good as the Bears' front seven is, their secondary is average. Best case, Keenan can carve them up to an extent. Yeah, their secondary is average in terms of their cornerbacks. Nobody's that great. The safeties are clearly good back there for the Bears. Their safeties are good. Their cornerbacks aren't. So the secondary is not terrible. But yeah, I would say it's closer to average. But their front's so good. Like, I don't think Keenum's going to have all that much time, especially when they're going to have to keep tight ends in on the line. So they're going to run a lot less 11 personnel tonight. The Redskins, they're going to run just 2 wide receivers on the outside. It's much easier to guard 2 wide receivers with the secondary, right? And that allows you to get more pressure. So, yeah, I think Case Keenum's in for it tonight. Sal's pals with Vetries Vets. Damn. Maybe a bad idea. Somebody said, Sal's father, where do you think tonight's targets go for the Bears tonight? I love you. My guy, Keith, is crazy. I think a lot go to Allen Robinson, Anthony Miller. And that's really, like, the majority of it. If you get, like, a 40 pass attempt night out of Mitch Trubisky tonight, it's going to be a big night for Allen Robinson. Like, Mitch could be terrible, and Allen Robinson's going to have a huge night. So, yeah. The eyebrows, somebody says, should be my thing. Yikes. This was a bad idea, asking people for a potential Sal's sauce. Damn. Everybody's going in right now. What do we got? What else we got? Love the Vets. It doesn't put your full name. The Vets? You guys like the Vets? Is that what we should call it? The Vets right now? What is, like, other big people's followings called? I know Gary Vaynerchuk is like Vayner Nation. That's pretty damn cool. I don't know. I don't think anybody else really has followings, right? In terms of, like, specific creators. Maybe it's weird. I don't know. What is, like, Bill Simmons? Do they got some? Hey, what's going on? Antone Sears says, just subscribe. Thank you so much. Love the Vets. Okay, yeah, me too. I think that's kind of good. Name it the Squad. I mean, I say gang at the end of all my videos. I don't want to be trying to make people feel uncomfortable, though. All right, questions are popping up real quick. Let's just scroll down a little bit. How is the Redskins' run defense? What's going on, Ice? Redskins' run defense is a lot better than their secondary. How about the streets for the follower's name? I kind of like that. Short sleep. My God, am I about to have to pay royalties to this man? No replies yet. Dorado, what do you mean? What'd you say? Yes, sir, I sent 2. You sent 2, Dorado. Yes, send them again. I'm sorry if their messages are popping so quick, like if I don't look for a second. No rain in KC. I kind of like the streets. I kind of like that a little bit. What am I doing wrong in DFS? Should I actually research? ? What's considered research? Oh, that's a loaded question, man. 500 peeps are in here? Yo, it's Sal's Salamanders. Man, I've been called Salamander and Salad so many times in my life, I can't do that. Call us the lobby. The lobby. Yikes. I kind of like the streets. The streets. I can't, like, address you as the streets, though, can I? Sal, I lost Barkley in season long. I don't know how I'm going to be able to compete now. I started 3-0 as well. Oh, you're 3-0, my man? Yeah, you're going to be fine. Barkley will be back in a month. He had the same injury in college, and he came back in, like, 3 weeks for the Big Ten Championship and looked great. Diehard Packer backer from Twitter. What up, Sal? Go Pack Go. What's up, Robert? How you doing, my man? Let's go. 3-0, baby. Play Thursday night. You gotta love it. Gambling Goombas. Should I just call you the fella? The fellas does not address lady fellas, though, so that's not great. Bada Bing Club. The Bada Bing Club. Yikes. I have 1 spot left. Should I put in Case or Mitch? I like Mitch there. The Fantasy Foosballers. Yikes. Hey, Sal, is McLaurin a lock? No, not a lock at all. The Vets. The Secret Police is a Mr. Bean movie from the 90s. The Huddle. We're getting some decent ones. Sal's VIP picks. Yikes. Vetty Gang. Yikes. Sal Gang. Vetty Gang. Yeah, this is crazy. You guys are all nuts. Hey, Mike C's donating $5 to the stream. Appreciate you, Mike. What's up, my man? He says, Sal, any advice on doing my own research? How did you first start? All I do is watch DFS YouTubers like yourself, which is great, but want to dive deeper. Yeah, I just find a bunch of databases, and I learn a little bit about Excel. That's kind of a loaded question. My fantasy course, I'll give you $100 off my fantasy course if you want. I don't know if that helps. It's usually $150. I'll give you $100 off if you want. I like talk about how the key stats I research, I put it all into my databases, which is right here for each position. And then it's really just, like you said, listening to a lot of other smart, educated podcasts, not wasting your times with ones that aren't smart and just showing you picks, honestly. But these are just the key stats that I use at each position. These are ones that I log from a bunch of different sources. Having yourself a model like this helps you quickly identify how players have been performing. Looking at stats, looking at touches, databases. It's a loaded question for me to answer, just how to do your own research, but it just starts with building out the time. If you only have an hour a day, get an hour a day. Pro Football Focus costs a lot of money, so maybe not start there, although I highly recommend it. Football Outsiders, Pro Football Reference, Next Gen Stats, all these sites are very good. If you reach out to me on Twitter, I'll tell you the exact sites I use. It's about 10 of them. And I put them all into a database. And then I read RotoWorld injury news, RotoWorld recent news. I have access to a bunch of premium sites, like I said, PFF, obviously Awesemo, working with them. I just research nonstop. I am in a unique situation where I can do this full-time, thankfully, as of right now at least, right? Cross our fingers, YouTube doesn't shut down in the next couple minutes. But it's just like 50 hours of research to the point where you feel comfortable and you know the actual sport, so you know like who's playing his own defense. It's not something that comes overnight. Like, it's not going to come overnight. It's literally this season, I started researching it in like June or July to like know everything. I grinded every preseason. I know every single player on every single team for like 5 positions deep. That's not saying you need to know that, but it helps a lot. So it's a lot of time. It's a lot of effort. You don't have to get that detailed, but when you do, it makes it a lot easier to just have not gut feelings, but educated, informed decisions, right? Is a better way to put it. So yeah, it's a loaded question, Mike. I really think that's a good question. If you reach out to me on Twitter, I can definitely help you with the sources that I use. And yeah, it's just opening your ears up to very good content when you listen to it. So if you think I'm good, that's great. If you think Awesemo's good, I think they are. They're like the only thing on YouTube I really watch for the most part. I think they're great, but it's just not filling your time with useless content. And then yeah, if you want to do your own research, those sites I named are great. Having the time to make a model is tedious up front, but once it's set and going, it doesn't take much time at all. So hopefully that helps. Sal Soldiers. Gerardo Rubin, you got to send me a DM or something, because I don't know if I'm missing all your comments, your notes. I haven't seen them. I just keep seeing you put in smiley faces and stuff. Help me, Sal. I'm big on Case Keenum. I can feel my money burning away. Yeah, I've got like 1 out of 3 lineups with Case in it. I think he's okay. Vetries Vultures coming for all the money. Yikes. 520 people watching. Let's go. Yeah, we broke 700 on the last stream. You guys think we'll get to 1,000 sometime? That'd be crazy. Call us the Salamanders. Yikes. I don't see this game going past 10. That's funny. Gotcha. I have a nice cash game with my coworkers for Showdown tonight. How do you feel about all the wide receivers and running backs with no QB? Says Gerardo Rubin. I think you need a QB, but yeah, how big is that field, Gerardo? Is it like 10 people? Is it 50? Is it 8? If it's 8, I would just get as max points as you can. I would get Allen Robinson in there. I would get McLaurin in there. I would get Chris Thompson, Trey Quinn. I would get all those guys in there, like you said, but maybe get exposure to Mitch Trubisky. It seems right. Catchphrase, let's take it to the street, says Ben Michaels. DK Money Mafia. Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want like anything that sounds just like gross like that. I just want it to be fresh, right? Fresh and clean and sharp. That's what I want this name to be. The Pack. I like the Pack, says Matthew. What's going on, all you in the streets? I could say something like that, right? All you in the streets. I kind of like that. These names, right? These names are crazy right now. Everybody said, you know what? Let's pack it up. Let's fold everything up, throw it in that suitcase. Forget the Showdown slate that we got in an hour tonight that this man's on here for. Let's talk about possible names for Sal. Mr. Bean's magical playland, whatever the hell you guys are saying. The eyebrows. Salamanders. Yikes. 9,500 left on the table. Who to take? Yikes. You got that much money left on the table. Who do you have in the lineup? Yeah, who do you have in the lineup? I kind of like the sack, LOL. Yikes. I'm here for the Showdown, man. Couldn't resist. Missed the McLaurin take. Yeah, what's going on, Austin Spence? I have 3 lineups right now. I'm probably going to enter a couple more after this. No McLaurin right now for me. It's nothing against him. It's just the way I'm building my lineups, and I'm trying to take some stands. I don't have Cohen. I don't have McLaurin. So if they have a huge night, clearly I'm not making a dime. But I'm trying to be very focused on the lineups that I get to tonight. Just joined up. Any inactives we need to worry about? I opened up the inactives tab, and I don't think we saw anything on there. Nothing crazy on inactives, right? Nobody saw anything? Why would you play a blank spot in DFS? Why would you want a blank spot in DFS? What do you mean by that, Bama? Yes, you have to take QB if you have a wide receiver at captain. I think so too. Sal, do you think rostering all of one team can be profitable in showdowns? You have to have at least one player from the other team. You can't play all of one team. What about Line Star at Sal? What about Line Star? What does that mean? Call us the cheese. You're the best, man. Thanks for all of you do, Sal. 10K soon. Yeah, there's like 500 of you watching. Please hit the subscribe button. We're like, what, 150 away from 10,000? Let's see. We're like 150 away from 10,000, and we are officially Damn, we're 125 away from 10,000 now. Y'all are crazy. Why do you like Anthony Miller more than Gabriel? He's getting healthier. He's going to run more routes. The first 2 weeks, everybody's going to be off him, thinking he's bad. He was limited. He was not healthy. Taylor Gabriel's going to run a lot of routes. Taylor Gabriel is dust. Dust. That man averages 0.47 yards per route run. That's like one of the league's worst rates for as many routes as he's running. It might be the worst in the league. He's on the field, and he doesn't get any separation. Taylor Gabriel's a very bad wide receiver, in my opinion. And since I'm saying this right now, he'll probably have 5 catches, 80 yards, and a touchdown tonight. Yo, Sal, the flex. What's up, my man? Produce. Yeah, no more than 8 people. All right, Gerardo. Yeah, then I would try and get Mitch Trubisky in there. The Streetwalkers. Any cheap guy? Yeah, I think Trey Quinn's a pretty solid cheap option. Do you like Chris Thompson? I think with Keenum not having a lot of time to throw, he can get a lot of dump offs. That's exactly why I really like Chris Thompson tonight. I think they play from behind. I think he's not going to have all that much time. I think you're going to see a good game from Chris Thompson. We would have street cred. That's funny. The Ballers. Since our thumbs help you out, can help the chat out and give us one of your must plays, says Tori J. What's up, man? Yeah, I mean, must plays is a very loose term. I don't think there's must plays on Showdown slates. I guess I'll run that back. I think there are must plays on some Showdown slates, but not tonight. It's just depending on how you build your lineup. I talked about the captains I like, which I usually don't, but Allen Robinson, Montgomery, McLaurin, and Chris Thompson. Those are the 4 captains that I'd be trying to get to tonight. Great show, bro. New subscriber. Ryan, what's going on, my man? Sal Vetri's Baller Scholars. Yikes. That's a mouthful. I faded both QBs in my lineup. Good play. I usually don't do it. I think it's okay. Sal, do I need QB correlation with the wide receiver captain? I actually don't think you do, but you need one quarterback. You either need, if you're going to put Allen Robinson in the captain spot tonight because he goes for 7 catches, 115 yards, and 1 touchdown, I don't think you need Mitch there because if Mitch does nothing else, you don't need him. But running it back with the other quarterback because they're playing from behind makes some sense. DB's Nation says you're talking about nothing. DB's Nation, this is free. You can leave, my man. Nobody's holding you hostage. Hey, Sal Bones, the Boneyard. Damn, these things are still coming in. If I have 110 lineups tonight, damn, my man Anthony's balling out. I need some McLaurin and Cohen, right? Yeah, I would say so. Thoughts on Vernon Davis? No interest. Vernon Davis, he's running a lot of routes, which is good, but not at that price tag. Week 1, fluky-ish touchdown, nothing since then, really. What do you think about P. Rich? I think P. Rich is getting lost in the shuffle a little bit. Paul Richardson, yeah, he's not getting a ton of yards per route run, 0.73 on 73 routes, so not great at all. But he is going to run down the field, which gives you some air yards. Salvation Nation, says Mike Campbell. I can't be looking that corny. I like the names, but we need something fresh and clean. I like the Salvation Nation. I can't come on screen and be like, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I can't just turn that into Salvation Nation. What's going on? That's rough. That's rough. What time does the Awesemo show start? What time does this game start? I would say Awesemo starts probably at 7:30. I'll probably get off around then. What other DFS sites do you play besides DK? Fantasy Draft has been fantastic. I pretty much play DK Fantasy Draft, and I should get more on Yahoo. I just don't. But you should be on Yahoo. Fantasy Draft, though, has been fantastic for me the last 2 weeks. Somebody said they wish DK would allow a blank spot in their lineup. 0 points? I don't know why you would like that. Yeah. I want Terry at the captain. That's fine. Is AP getting a tutty and 50 yards needed tonight? If AP is in a winning lineup, I imagine he needs a touchdown tonight. I would be very impressed if this old bag of Adrian Peterson bones goes out against this front and goes for 120 yards. It's important, guys, to have unique lineups if you are wanting to take down these GPBs. Go different. Yeah, I agree. Leave money on the table to do that. My dude Sprinkle's going off tonight. My dude Sprinkle has run 12 routes total in 2 weeks. No thanks is literally what I have written here. And that's with an injured Trey Quinn week 1 or Trey Burton week 1. I have 3,400 left when I won my 10K. Yeah. Leaving that much money is what you should probably be doing more times than not. How does the Burton news affect us? Is Burton in or out? You said Burton news. Is he in or out? What happened? I didn't see nothing. Let's talk Showdown, says Robert. Man, I've been talking Showdown. Bears defense at captain. I'm not going to get there, especially at how highly priced they are. Quinn or Miller, right in the flex with Mitch in my lineup. I think Quinn there. What are your thoughts on going double defense and or double kicker for tonight's slate? I'll never go double kicker. I don't care if it wins 1 out of 50 times. I'm never going double kicker. Your ceiling is so low. You need both kickers to score double-digit points, and nobody else to do anything. You can play Trubisky naked. Yeah, I agree. I agree on main slates, but that's very hard for me to picture Mitch Trubisky being in the winning lineup tonight without Allen Robinson being needed, and if Allen Robinson's not needed, without Tariq Cohen being needed. It's just very hard for me to see that. Miller or Pinero. Yeah, that's the tough question, my man. That's the hardest question on the slate. Like, if you believe that Miller's going to see more snaps and see more targets, Miller, for sure. I think he's going to be healthier, so I go there. Just worried about stacking Montgomery with the wide receivers. Thoughts? With what wide receivers? On the Bears? Yeah, if you have like 2 Bears wide receivers in Montgomery, it could be rough. But if you have a Bears wide receiver in the captain spot and they get ahead early and then having Montgomery, there's ways that works. I have 170 lineups going tonight with only Trubisky and 40%. That sounds smart. I think that's fine. Yeah. Crew. What do you think about Hopkins as kicker? I prefer Pinero. How many snaps do you think Patterson gets tonight? Not many at all. If you put Chicago wide receiver in the captain spot, can you correlate with Keenum and go pure Washington? Yes, definitely can. These names suck. Come on, guys, says Sean V. That's funny. Thoughts on the Bears kicker? He's okay. Why don't you play on FanDuel? I just don't like it. Fantasy Draft is already a better site, in my opinion, based on this rake-free stuff. FanDuel, I don't like some of the stuff that they do. I just don't like it. It's probably a bias. There's been things in the past that are a little bit sketchy, in my opinion. Hey, Sal, how's your head from the concussion? Feeling better? Go Bears, as always. You the man. Thank you, Ricky. Yeah, the head's 100% fine now, thank God. I don't know why I said thank God. I can care less. But, yeah, thank you. Yikes. Sal Vetri, like the course. Great stuff. Suggest you get it to get more knowledge. Hope you do one for MLB and NBA as well. One thing, the stats that build models don't stats already go into the projections. Stats don't actually go into the projections like individual player stats. Like pace and Vegas and total stuff like that will. There's like 10 things that go into projections. Like it pretty much comes down to stats go into the projections in a very like nuanced way. Not like directly me multiplying some stats into a projection. No, like stats obviously directly impact the player's projection, like on the field, touches, targets, your yardage, like stuff like that, right? It's going to impact how highly you'll be projected. So in a way they do, but it's also good to have a very big stats dashboard, like I was kind of showing here, because you can very quickly identify situations in where one player is getting lucky or not because you have advanced stats. Like I don't even think I have yards in here. No. Like, I don't have yards in these stats because I don't give a crap how many yards a player has in a game. None of that matters to me. I care about more the effective stats, the efficiency stats. Yeah, if people want $100 off the course, let me know on Twitter. I'll give you $100 off the course just because you're watching this stream. Why not? Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll just give this course a fire sale if we hit 10,000 subscribers. Sal's pals and we all hug. Yikes. How many people are watching? Thinking my 2 or 3 captains are Thompson, Robinson, and Montgomery. Don't know about Montgomery, though, as I feel Bears O-line has been bad and don't know for sure. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think those are like the 3 best captain options. Miller, 2 targets, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, if you're saying 2 targets in your opinion, you're going off of recency bias, in my opinion. Thanks for the knowledge. New to this, and I am hooked. Subscribe, says Brian. We got an addict on our hands, my man. We converted somebody to being an addict. Just call this Sal's Shack. That sounds a little sketchy too. What 300 left? LOL. What do you mean? Your other link is still up. Jason, what do you mean my other link is... What's going on here? What are people talking about? Sal just got here. Is there any way you would roster Shaheen tonight? No shot. Burn is active. Okay, good to see. I agree. I hate FanDuel. What did I miss, says Jason. Man, just ask any questions and you got it. The Vetrinos. That's kind of cool. Top captain tonight, Sal. I like Robinson, McLaurin, Thompson, and Montgomery. Do you think regular people can win big tournaments or just stick to single entry? I would say stick to single entry, and then once you bink something in there, you can increase your stakes to get more lineups in. You just corrupted me. I joined Fantasy Draft, says Mike Campbell. Yeah, there's a link in the description, I think. It might be an old link. I can get you the new link. They actually haven't sent me the new link yet, but I think if you click an old link, it'll still take you there. But just go there. You don't have to click my link. Yeah, Fantasy Draft is good. That's where I've been getting all my action down besides Draftkings so far the first 3 weeks. Which team do you think will win tonight? I'll just say the Bears because they're favorites. But I don't know. McLaurin or Robinson? Robinson for me. QB or no QB? I go QB. Green Gang? Question mark? Maybe? What do you mean? 597? There's 600 people watching this? Damn! Yo, what's up? I already both the course. I don't get the $100 now off. LOL, my man. People who bought the course earlier want the $100 off. I mean, I wasn't actually serious about the $100 off. Yo, I got like 18 scenarios you might be interested in, says Patrick Dacey. Yeah, let's read them all tonight. I'm new to fantasy, and I'm confused why people aren't picking Trubisky over Allen. Like, why is it more important to get a wide receiver than a QB? Do the wide receivers get more points? Yeah, the wide receivers get way more points, and they're more independent of their points. A quarterback, you need 25 yards for a point. Wide receiver, you need 10. Wide receivers, easier, in my opinion, to get to their 100-yard bonus. Wide receivers get 6 points for a touchdown in the air, only 4 for a quarterback. A wide receiver pretty much is more needed because they're going to benefit more from their quarterback's success. And even if their quarterback does bad, they can still benefit, i.e. Allen Robinson being a captain week 1. Do you have different models for each site on Patreon? What do you mean each site? There's only one site. Do I have different models for each site? What do you mean? Roto-Grinders is the best. I like Sal too, though. I guess that's fair. Sal's Shed. Yikes. You the man. Hoop hoop. What's up? Who do you feel are the top 3 captains in no order? Allen Robinson, Chris Thompson, and probably Terry McLaurin. Hi, Sal. Can both defenses work on this slate? I would say no. Sal and the boys. Playing both quarterbacks tonight. Cordell Patterson, question mark? No interest in Cordell for me. Drop Baker for Danny Dimes. I wouldn't do that. But I would get Danny Dimes. I have him on all my rosters. Anybody can win. Leaving 900 on the table too much? Too much. If anything, it's too little. But no, 900 is fine. Go Nuggets. Oh, wrong sport, but I can't wait. Thanks for the chat, Sal. Hey, my man's out here. Nikola, where is he at, huh? Jokic? Y'all talking about these Nuggets. I can't wait for the NBA. By far my favorite sport for DFS reasons. Miller or Quinn? I'll go Quinn. What about the 3 maxers for a name? Why no chance Burton plays more tonight? No, Burton's going to play more tonight. I just don't like him at his price point. McLaurin or Montgomery? Sort of a toss-up there. I don't think McLaurin or Montgomery is really the question. I think it's what is your game flow scenario there. They grade out very similar. Stay swaggy. Cohen or McLaurin? McLaurin for me. Burton playing, yep. Sal's Italian Pizza. I do want to open up a pizza shop or like a cafe. That'd be fun. Have one of my lineups leaving 14K, says Dan S. Bam! Let's go! Winner take all tonight. My man Dan S coming through and says, oh, somebody flexed and said I'm going to leave $6,000 on the table tonight? Okay. Let me hold my beer, right? Let me one up this one. 14K on the table. Uh-oh. Sprinkle, somebody says with a question mark. No, thank you. Man's run 12 routes in 2 weeks. One of them was when you had no Burton week 1. Second one was when Burton was limited. Sprinkle might run 2 routes tonight, so no thank you. Thanks for your information. I've subscribed to your YouTube page, and I just had one question. How do you go about reviewing your results so you can have more future success? Yeah, it's a really good question, Breland. I pretty much sit down. I look at my stat sheets from the week before. I look at my cash lineups, and I go, what did I fuck up? And I'll tell you one thing that I really fucked up and cost me about $2,500 this weekend directly, like pissing me off. But you look back and you say, what was a process error in terms of like what the scenarios I painted out in my head? And this is a good question. Did they go wrong because I just wasn't accounting for something? Or did they go wrong because I was biased? Or did they just not work out because that's the way variance hit me? Preston Williams is a scenario in my head. I don't care how many people say, Sal, you were wrong on Preston. No, I wasn't. 4 catches, 68 yards, 12 targets, drops a touchdown, underthrown on a flea flicker. Preston Williams had all the opportunity in the world. That's not a process error. That is a results error. So I feel good about that. Moving forward, if I see a situation like that, I feel confident once again. But things that don't make sense to me are like what I did in my 1-3 max $150 buy-in lineup. I took out, listen to this, guys. Ready? Listen to the heartbreak that I had eating all my girlfriend's chocolate and drinking wine and just feeling terrible. No, I'm just kidding. Kind of, but not really. Taking out Keenan Allen and taking out Dalvin Cook to put in Ezekiel Eckler and Chris Arson. Ezekiel Eckler. What is happening right now? Ezekiel Elliott. Wow, I need water. Ezekiel Elliott and Chris Carson over Keenan Allen and Dalvin Cook. Cost me about 50 fantasy points. Cost me about $2,500 in one lineup instead of finishing top 15 in the $150 3 max. And that was like a 20 minutes before lock decision. So that's something that's clearly wrong. I went to a running back because of an injury, a running back that was not having much success on the ground in Chris Carson, just because I thought he would have a lot more usage. And I kind of evaded a running back who already had good usage and a wide receiver who was about to smash the slate, and that's exactly what he did. So it's a very nuanced question, but you just try and look back and say, did the scenarios I painted out go wrong because I was just wrong? Or did they go wrong because just shit happened? Guys dropped the ball. He had a lot of opportunities and just didn't cash in on them. Things like that. Great question. Will you be covering NBA preseason? No, I will not, but I am in like my NBA preseason mode right now in terms of cranking out just podcasts, listening to all the Josh Engelman on Awesemo put me on to Dunked On, or like the Dunked On podcast. Those just listening and getting all of my rosters in check, getting all of my pricing in check, everything. So I'm going to be following preseason, but I'm not going to be covering it. Moneymakers, the faders, one bad dude, Sal Vetri. No, you're one bad dude, Blake. You watch only use me blade. No, I don't know what that is. How do you make and enter 150 lineups? Very carefully in Fantasy Cruncher, and if you're just starting out, you're going to make a ton of mistakes. Manny Lore is a better person to ask those questions. I've messed around with max entry, but I'm not going to sit here and act like I do. I'm pretty transparent that I play cash, single entry, 3 max, and that's about it. I've 150 max like 5 times ever, and it's gone decent a couple times, mainly in NBA. But you have to have your groups in check. And you really have to be on your toes with that stuff. There's so many things. It's a software. It's a software that you have to master more so than having to build one lineup. You have to master how to make the lineup, how to make the software build you 150 lineups that make sense and don't cancel each other out. Lots of questions coming in. My God, everybody's in here. What's up? Barkley injury hurt me and Watkins. Yeah, Watkins, again, I'm going to keep riding Sammy Watkins. Like, even though other players are having good games, he's still having good games. He's just not getting in the end zone. That's obviously going to change. McLaurin was never higher than the number 5 wide receiver at Ohio State. Crazy. He definitely was higher than number 5, but yeah, he wasn't as highly regarded as he should have been. I only know that because I'm a Penn State fan. Like, I watched that man. Does Montgomery 20-plus touches again tonight? Salivators? Yikes. 20-plus touches tonight. Yeah, the game flow says he should get a decent amount of work. I see it more closer to 16 to 18. Is there skill in Showdown? Have you won money in it? Have I won money in Showdown? Last year, I lost a ton of money in Showdown. So if you're asking me like career-wise, this year I'm barely profitable. Last year, I put way too much money on the table in Showdown slates. Like I was entering 50 lineups at a time. And the skill there is like predicting game flows and having a lot of captains for those game flows, right? Obviously, ownership matters a little bit, but last year, I just got wrecked in Showdown. I had one good bank in Showdown in terms of finishing first, but it was a week where everybody finished first, and instead of getting thousands, you got like $600, $700. So that helped me out. But I was negative in Showdown last year, slightly. This year, I'm slightly up, not by much, few hundred. But yeah, Showdown is so variant. Skill is literally in entering 150 lineups and predicting game flow. If you're entering one lineup into Showdown slates, you're not going to win long term. Is 17% of Cohen out of 110 lineups too much tonight? No, I think that's fine. That's why you shouldn't tinker, Sal. Yeah, man, it's terrible. Don't be surprised when the Redskins take shots to Steven Wims Jr. deep. He's going to be a part of this game plan, says Anton. Anton, this man just always be throwing out the hottest takes. I don't even think Steven Sims Jr. has played a snap this year. Do salaries with an exclamation point. Sal, what's your thoughts on Redskins D-line? Do they generate a lot of pressure? Their D-line's actually probably the strongest part of their secondary or of their defense, in my opinion. So I generate pressure. Nothing outstanding, no. What wide receiver is the best matchup tonight? I would say just Allen Robinson because he has a ton of skill, and there's really no good cornerbacks on this slate. Josh Norman's not good. Like, there's no good cornerbacks, so I just take the best wide receiver there. How do you build a lineup with a running back as the captain? You can go a couple ways. You can say that they're blowing the team out, so you have David Montgomery as your captain. You got to get wide receivers on the other end, and you got to get Case Keenum because they're trailing the whole game. That's why the running back's doing good on the other team. You could do it that on his own team, he's doing fine, and his team is just completely dominating, and the other team's doing nothing, so you get everybody on his team, and you put him in the captain spot. And it's like a 38-3 win, and you really don't need much of the other team outside of like one wide receiver. Don't tinker. Always does. Information overload is killer. Yeah, I rarely tinker. That's the thing. Like, I usually never touch my lineups unless obviously in injury news. But that's what happened. We had Rashad Penny injury news, and I was thinking about it all night. And then I just got onto it. I had Keenan Allen in some of my other lineups. I just didn't have the right combination. Like, I had a very good weekend in terms of like a 4-figure profit weekend. But it would have been clearly much better if I don't do that change. It's a 50-point swing. How about WNBA preseason, says Jesse. WNBA preseason? No, WNBA season's about to be over. They're in the championships. Starts tomorrow, I believe. You need to stick to a process. Yeah, I agree. Group name equals the late swaps. Y'all are crazy. Bill Flynn says we have 584 watching. We might hit 600. We hit 600 earlier, actually, my man. Looking forward to tying for first, right? Yeah, everybody's going to hold hands tonight. Sal, you just need to have a late night talk show. Live shows are entertaining. Love the content. Joe Huff, what's up, my man? Yeah, I'd love to do that. Somebody get me a late night talk show. I'm a lifelong Buckeye. He was a number 5, says Sean V. A lifelong Buckeye. Yikes. You still rocking Godwin even with Evans blowing up this week? Yeah, why would I be down on Godwin? I mean, this was Evans' week. He went monster, nuclear. That doesn't mean Godwin's all of a sudden a non-factor in that offense. Cordell Patterson, no interest. All right, gang, I'm about to bounce. Is Awesome live yet? How many people are watching? Hey, if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, hit the subscribe button. I think we're, 100 away? Let's check. Damn, if we get to like 50 away tonight, we might have to start calling our moms and sisters. Damn, we're 100 away. 104 to be exact. Hit the subscribe button before you go. I appreciate it. I'm about to bounce. I got some things to do before lock, so appreciate you all tuning in. Let me see any last questions. Nothing? Wow, there's a lot of comments in here. Osmo's live, so somebody. Okay, cool. I'm at the most recent comments, so let me know. Sal, thanks for answering my questions. You're the man. Yeah, if I didn't answer your question, you got 1 minute. Get them all in right now. I'll do a quick fire at the end here. Keenum and Thompson or McLaurin and Montgomery? McLaurin and Montgomery. Hey. Yeah, McLaurin and Montgomery. Sorry, a lot of comments. Just trying to fit a comment in. Yeah. Give me your comments right now, quick. Sub Sal, by the way, when lurking in the back for a while, you do a great job. Keep it up. Thank you. I appreciate that, Mike. Appreciate you lurking and then still wanting to comment. You're awesome, man. Love you long time, says Jared. Yikes. Trey Burton, no interest. AP or Burton? Yikes. Those are both really bad plays in my opinion. I'd probably go Burton. Mike Davis touches. I have Mike Davis right now for 5 touches. Quick fire. Let's go. We got a hot sale. Keenum and Trey Quinn or Trubisky and A. Miller? Trubisky and A. Miller for me. You're the best, man. Keep it up. Appreciate that. What should I do? What should I play instead of showdowns? The Monday night to Thursday night slate. Go. Watch Osmo. Yeah, let Osmo know like this is a Twitch stream, right? I don't know if Osmo's on that stream tonight, but let them know that you're all hopping in. This is like what do they call it in Twitch? A raid. You're all raiding. Sal raid. Go tell him. Stay smooth, Sal. What's going on? Nelson or McLaurin, Monday to Thursday? I don't think Djax is going to be back. Give me Nelson. Anyone playing Burton? Allen or Montgomery? Allen. Keenum and Trey Quinn or Trubisky and A. Miller? Somebody just asked that, right? Trubisky and A. Miller for me. Anthony Miller, question mark. I'm not going to have a ton of exposure. If I have 5 lineups, I'll have probably one of them. Kelvin Harton, dart throw for a GPP? No, I would not go there. Kelvin Harmon has played like 2 snaps this year or 2 routes. Have 5K left. Richardson or Miller? I have Trubisky in my lineup. Miller. I take that back. Richardson. Dorado. Gabriel or Miller for the same price? Miller. You going places, young man, says Michael Bear. No, you're going places. Bears or Trey Quinn? Trey Quinn. Gabriel or Miller for same price? Miller. All right, gang. If that's all the questions, I'm about to be out. Have 5K left. Yeah, my man. Go Richardson. Richardson, not Miller. Go Richardson. Jorge Alfaro hits a home run. Yeah, I got a baseball slate tonight as well. Randall Grichich just hit a home run for me, guys. Ready? 3-run shot for me, guys. Come on. That's pretty damn good. Sal, do you feel the regular low bankroll people can hit big GPPs? Have you ever seen it happen, or should we stick to single entries? It can happen. I was a regular low bankroll person. I hit like a $7,000 spot in basketball last year, and then a $3,000 spot. It can happen. I would just stick to single entries and 3 maxes to make it a lot better of a chance. Gerardo is asking the same question. Go Richardson. Chances Panera outscores Cohen and McLaurin. Slim, I would say. Very slim. But obviously, we know that going into this. All right, gang. Go watch Osmo. I'll probably hop in there as well. So I'll see you in the chats. I'm going to do some things with my lineups. Thank you. This was really fun. Hit the subscribe button before you go. We're officially 100 subscribers away from 10,000. Man, that feels so good. I cannot wait. This is going to be a ton of fun. Peace out, gang.